Okay, so here are the rails, and here is our show.
Completely off. Completely gone today. What in the world? Derailed.
Yay, you're here. Welcome to the CK and GK podcast. Let's get going.
It's Tuesday.
Yay! We're so glad you're here. We have a cram sesh episode, which means today's going to be a shorty, but a goodie. And we're talking about what to say to your competitive kids, or rather, what not to say to your competitive kids.
I love it. I love it. This morning I have with me Caitlin, but we could call her Peridot, Garnet, Tanzanite. She's a real gem.
No, I like it. You're such a beautifully self-assured hawk. I cannot get enough of you. They get stupider and stupider. I love it so much.
Good. Hawk.
Right? Self-assured. What? Did you know hawks had self-actualization?
I was really concerned about maybe having low self-esteem as a
hawk. Right.
Here I am at the top of the food chain, but should I be at the top of the food chain? Right. Have I earned this spot?
Right. What did I do to get here? Why am I here?
Yeah. No.
Existential crisis hawk. Oh, man. All right. So since this is a shorty, let's get right to our current obsessions. What you got for me?
Okay. I have been waiting to tell you this for so long. I've wanted to send you so many links and I just haven't done it. Okay. There's this account on Instagram that you have to check out.
Okay.
I am not sure how to say their name. It looks like it's at Rachapates.
Oh, I went Rachapotes.
Rachapotes. It's Rachapotes.
All right, I'm doing it right now.
Oh, yes, you are. All this account has is videos of bottles breaking. What? Sometimes they roll them down the stairs. Sometimes they swing them on giant strings and let them crash together. Sometimes they set up like a bowling situation where they roll balls at the jars.
I've seen this. I've seen one of these videos.
Breaking bottles and breaking jars, and I am obsessed.
Oh, Rachapotes is how it says it on the
Rachapotes.
But there's like a bunch of copycatters on here, but there's clearly one that's real, and it's yes, I saw one of these where you rolled a bunch down the stairs. Yes, it's the one with the water beads inside. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah,
and so there's like Coke bottles, liquor bottles, pickle jars, anything that's glass, and they just roll it down the stairs and it breaks. And it's so fun to watch.
So when I saw this the first time, it was the pizza sauce as it rolled down, and then the mustard jar or the jar of corn just keeps going and going and going. Like, what in the world? Why is it so fun to watch? I don't understand. I don't know.
And it's not one of those things that's like mesmerizing and like, oh, ASMR, blah, blah. Yeah. Like, it's not like that. This is just amazing to watch.
I just watched him push down one of the stairs, and it literally hit the first step and went.
Yes.
Also, who has the patience to clean this crap up? Like, I would lose my mind. Why?
One of these videos is like 8 seconds long, and yet there's probably 2 hours worth of cleanup after they do this.
Yeah, because you just rolled a bottle of wine down marble stairs. What are you thinking? Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, I'm following it.
Yes, you are. It's so good. I
don't know why it's satisfying or fun to watch, but it's totally fun to watch. Okay, so speaking of fun, my husband and I went out on a date the other night, and
oh, fun!
Yeah, it had been a while, and it was really good, but we chose to go to Topgolf. I had never been before, And I like.
It was your first time.
It was my first time at Topgolf. I like sporty activities like that. Like I like it's just something different, and like I love to go bowling. It's one of those random things where it's like, this is just for fun and I'm so bad and I don't care. Except that I'm one of those ADHD people who's like mildly to moderately good at like everything that I try, usually the first time. So
except being humble.
Right, exactly. That's something that I feel like I can be really good at if I just practice. and the thing that's...
No, I know what you mean. Like,
you know what I mean?
Like you click with something and then you're like oddly good at it.
Right, I'm weirdly good at it.
It's like Abigail and disc golf. I'm like, I don't know why she's so good at this, but she is.
But she just is, right. And it's like... when I play basketball, I'm actually a relatively accurate shot. When I'm weirdly good at foosball in a way that's like kind of shocking to a lot of people. Okay. I am terrible at golf. I am terrible. Okay. I am really, really bad. That's what we've learned. And I will say I'm better than the people on either side of me who were literally hitting balls at me in the bays. It was very scary. At a couple of points I was like, oh my God, that ball just came and buzzed by my ankle. That's bad.
That's like when you're bowling and the person like drops the ball behind them as they're swinging their arm back.
Yes.
There's no reason at Topgolf for your ball not to go forward.
No, right. However, by the end of it, I was like using a 3-wood to sail balls like 75 to 100 yards. I did get 100 yards.
That's nuts.
That was very cool. So I'm kind of into it. However, today my body hurts so bad. And this happened 2 days ago. And my body hurts so bad today. There's so many muscles I didn't realize that you use when you're golfing. My body hurts so bad. But I loved it. I had so much fun. And now I just want to go back to Topgolf.
That is so funny. Okay, first off, I love that your body is hurting because you went and did something active with your husband. This morning, my knee is swollen and hurts because I tripped over the couch last night and landed on my knee. I tripped on the couch.
Oh, no. Oh, we're just at that age where, like, your body just hurts just by rolling over, right?
And,
it's like
as soon as I did it, John was like, ow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ow. Oh,
tomorrow's going to be hard.
Oh, no. Oh man, ice that up. Oh goodness, that's not your gem. I'm assuming, even like you falling down on.
No, my gem is pretty sweet. Kit, my 4-year-old, and I were watching some old Julia Child and Jacques Pepin cooking shows, and they made shrimp cocktail.
Okay.
And Kit was so excited. He goes, "Oh, look at that!" And they're like doing it the old school style with like a martini glass and putting the shrimp on, you know.
Fancy.
And he said, we should make that. I said, okay, yeah, we can make that. And then he says, and maybe I could try it. Oh. And I said, oh yeah, you could totally try it. Yeah, you can have shrimp cocktail. And then he says, well, does it have alcohol in it? And I said, no, it doesn't have alcohol. It's something that you can have. We'll make the sauce ourselves because you can buy the sauce, but it's better if you make it at home. And we'll put lettuce in the cups just like they did, and then we'll put the shrimp on the sides. Aww. Okay, so fast forward to like the next day, I bought a bunch of already cooked shrimp so that we can make shrimp cocktails. And I said, Kit, are you going to eat shrimp cocktail with me tonight? He goes, I'm going to drink it. So at that moment, I realized I have got to clear this up immediately. Otherwise, there's going to be some major disappointment this evening that shrimp cocktail is not a drink and it is not just for grown-ups and he feels like he's doing something really special.
Right. Oh, man. He sees the martini glass and one, it's you guys, so he knows he has to ask for alcohol clearance. But two, the martini glass, it's fancy and kids don't get to hold those and there's something special about it. So
dude, he was so proud when he like balanced all his little 8 shrimp on his glass and is walking around the house so holding it.
Cute. I love that so much. What a sweetheart.
So parents out there who are struggling to survive summer, maybe make shrimp cocktail with your 4-year-olds.
Yeah, we actually made quote, lasagna last
nice,
night.
nice.
But you use like cheese-filled raviolis to do it. So that's part of your layers. So you don't have to like go get ricotta cheese
And
because
like
it's just
make a whole cheese thing.
Yeah, you just use that. And so Sam was very excited to like lay the noodles down. That was a really good. Yeah, it's super easy for them. You just like cook the meat and then layer it all in together. So that's another way to occupy your child for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Worked really well. I have learned that I need to scale back on whatever extra calories I've been taking in because my kid came home from camp the other day and immediately puts his head on my stomach to listen for a baby. That's what he said. Quote, listen for a baby because there could be a baby in there. You never know. And I'm like, I better know. I better know. If you can
hear it,
right?
If you can hear it, I should know at that point.
I better know by then, right? But he just, I mean, and he's tall, right? So it was like even more awkward. It was like
just like walked up and put his ear
and like bent over to put his ear on my stomach to listen for a baby because there could be one in there. So I was like, all right. I realized that I went on vacation and then like got COVID and wasn't exercising and like got a little sloppy. But apparently I put on a little more weight than I thought. So we're going to tone it back.
Oh my God.
I can't have
the other day, Kit asked me, Mom, are you feeling fat? And John like goes to bark at him. Right. And I was like, no, it's okay. It's okay. We can tell him that you don't ask people outside our family that, but I'm
also inside the family because it hurts my feelings.
Yeah. I was like, it's okay. It's okay. Let's go down this road and see what he's asking. And I said, am I looking fat? Oh. And he says, deadpan, your face is bigger now than before I went down for my nap.
Ew.
So I was like, okay. So in the intervening 90 minutes, I have put on enough weight for you to notice in my face.
Oh.
I was like, no, it's totally worth it.
No. It's like, the line in the Santa Claus when Tim Allen's like first gaining weight and he's like, I got stung by a bee. And then he eats this like massive meal.
Yes.
Bee sting. Evidently I'm allergic.
All my clothes. Poof. Dry cleaner.
Right.
Burned out.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, poof, gone. Yeah. The doctor says the swelling will go down. So, oh man. All right. Well, we're going to get right into the real talk. We're skipping promos today. We're going right to the real talk to try and get you guys as much time as possible here. So,
Crime
yeah, exactly. These are 3 things that you should not be saying to your competitive child.
This is good.
Yeah, this article is heavily, aka stolen from Emma Singer for Pure Wow, and she interviewed a doctor named Dr. Bethany Cook, who's a licensed clinical psychologist with more than 20 years of clinical experience. She wrote a book called For What It's Worth, A Perspective on How to Thrive and Survive Parenting. So I'm going to link both the article and the link to the book in the show notes so that you guys can find them if this is something that you would like to learn more about. So 3 things you should not say to your competitive child. The first one, quote, maybe you're not cut out for the activity. Like,
like walking in the dark. You might bang your knee on the couch.
Maybe horseback riding's just not your thing. Like, okay, great.
Yeah, no, that's not helpful.
Cool. Don't join in on negativity that they're already feeling. Dr. Cook says adding seeds of doubt only grows anxiety and stress, causing your child to rethink their choices. But if your child is passionate about something, it often means they're willing to do whatever it takes to be successful at it. So basically, the gist here is you're trying to build a resilient child. You're trying to foster perseverance. You're not trying to teach them that it's okay to quit because something
they're not cut out for it
might not be their thing. Like, who says that? That feels obvious, but maybe it's not. Okay, so along those lines, I bet you wouldn't have lost today if and then you start to paint scenarios. So
oh my gosh, hi, my name's Monday Morning Quarterback.
Like, come on. So the idea here is to avoid any kind of statement that starts like that and then
Right.
right, and then finishes by putting blame on something completely unrelated. So Dr. Cook says these are a harmful form of gaslighting that negatively impacts the child's self-esteem, hinders their ability to learn from mistakes or lose graciously, and creates significant confusion, anxiety, and irrational thoughts. Basically, you don't want to just blame someone else unfairly just to make your kid feel better. You're teaching them to be a finger pointer, and you're teaching them to pass the buck, and it just turns them into a poor sport later on. Like, don't do that. So things like, I bet you wouldn't have lost today if the ref hadn't had his head up his butt.
Oh my gosh.
Or I bet you wouldn't have lost today if your dad knew how to get out the door on time. Like, those are not helpful, right? Like, those have nothing to do with the performance in the sport. And all you're doing is saying, well, it's dad's fault because I couldn't get there on time, so I couldn't do my warm up the right way, and now I lost. It's like,
okay, so I just have this picture of this mom in my mind, and she is like carrying around her drink that everybody knows is vodka and Gatorade, but they all pretend that it's coffee. Like, who would say that? You would win if your dad knew how to get out the door on time?
She's a hardcore football mom, probably. Like, she's real into it and banking on that scholarship. There are exceptions to what you can say, right? You can say, I bet you wouldn't have lost if you're trying to prove causation that's rational. So, for example, I know you didn't get enough sleep last night. Do you think that might have impacted your performance? Or refs miss some things that make or break a game. You know, everybody makes mistakes. Maybe that's part of what contributed to the loss of the day, right? Like, things like
that. Or
I
could tell your head wasn't in the game.
Just something like that shows that there's a causal relationship, and not like the ref has his head up his butt, so that's why you lost.
That's why you lost.
Like, come on. Okay, so we've talked about these other kinds of statements before, so I'm gonna just throw the last one out there is my least favorite one. You'll always be a winner in my eyes. Ew, no toxic positivity. Please, no toxic positivity. It's the worst. It's according to Dr. Cook, a blanket, generic, non-specific statement that feels emotionally invalidating and gross. And I love that she said gross at the end of that, because that is what that means, right? It's like, it's so disingenuous. We've talked about these statements before, especially when we've had guests who talk about parenting. Like, anytime you're talking about toxic positivity, that it feels fake. Your kid is feeling down, and when you say something like, you'll always be a winner in my eyes, all you're doing is just invalidating how they feel. They're like, I don't feel like a winner. Stop doing that. So the better way to go is to be positive.
And your kid doesn't need to be a winner to be a great kid.
Right. Yeah. There's other ways to handle this. So I love the idea of honesty along with positivity. Right. Like, right. So as Dr. Cook says, a competitive kid needs honesty to learn how to harness their feeling. The best thing a parent can do is sit with the child and show them how the feelings will shift and how they can process and learn from the experience once they're out of those feelings. So for example, you could say, I noticed that you did struggle a little bit with your passes today, but your ball handling skills were amazing when you scored that goal. Find something positive to sandwich along with validating their feelings, right? It's like, I struck out 4 times today. Okay, yes, you did strike out 4 times today. However, I saw the way you made that double play happen, and I'm so proud of you for doing that. Find something positive to pull out of the experience, but still validate the negative feelings that they're having.
Or you struck out 4 times today, but man, you looked really great out there.
Right. Your swing was on it. Right.
And sometimes.
Right. And baseball's hard. So
baseball is hard.
You're trying to hit a round ball with a round bat when the ball is coming at you very fast. Right. Okay. So to wrap up, 3 things you should not say to your kid who is very competitive. Maybe you're not cut out for the activity. I bet you wouldn't have lost today if, and then tie that statement to something that has absolutely no basis in fact.
Yeah. I mean, really, even I bet you wouldn't have lost today even if you're offering positive connections.
I don't really like it.
Still the way you say that.
Right.
The game might have gone better if.
Right. rephrase.
You might have played better
if you had more sleep. Right.
Right.
Right. And the last one is toxic positivity statements. You'll always be a winner in my eyes. Don't say things like that. It's awful.
No.
Yeah. That wraps our cram sesh, guys.
Oh my gosh, so fast.
So fast.
I have to tell you, Caitlin,
Yes?
before we sign off.
Yes.
Last week you suggested jury duty.
Yeah?
Between our 2 recordings, I have already watched 7 episodes.
It's so good.
It is.
It's
So
good.
if you're out there and you haven't watched Jury Duty on Amazon, right?
Yeah, it's Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Okay, on Amazon Prime yet, you need to watch it. It's definitely not for kids, but that's okay.
It is a good choice. That would be making a good choice to watch that show.
Yes, make good choices.
Yay.
Watch Jury Duty.
Yes. And just be good to your competitive kid because they're probably pretty sensitive. And that's the end of what I have to say. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey friends, thanks for listening to the CK and GK podcast. Find us at CK and GK podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, or anywhere else that you pod. See you next time.